Hello, it's Colin Murphy here from Torcana. Thanks for tuning in. And for the next 15 or 20 minutes, I'm going to tell you about Charlotte and the new real estate products we have there. So let's start off with a little bit of summary about Charlotte and the products we're going to offer. As some of you might remember from previous promotions, this is one of the fastest growing urban areas in the USA. The population has effectively doubled in the last 25 years from about 900,000 to 1.8 million. So certainly one of the fastest in the USA. The economy is extremely diverse. It's a really, really nice economy. A lot of multinationals, a lot of foreign companies, a lot of young people. But more importantly, it's a good cost of living and a very high quality of life. It's somewhere where people want to go. Property prices, mirroring the USA market as a whole, prices have increased 11% year on year. Sales volumes have increased about the same amount. And that trend really across the USA has been continuing for the last 22 months. So we've started the curve to recovery quite a while ago now, and there's a long way still to go back to where it was. What we've done is we've secured a limited range of townhomes and single family homes in some of Charlotte's nicer middle class neighborhoods. That's something we always try and do is target affluent middle class neighborhoods where local people want to live, go to school, commute to work, stuff that'll be in demand for a long, long time. And we've sourced those through local partners who've been living there all their lives. They buy these properties, renovate them, make any repairs necessary, put tenants in them, and then they give them to us and we present them to our investors as a packaged product. The prices range from about $73,000 to $142,000, and you get a lot of property for that money as well, a lot more bang for your buck than you would in other places such as Florida. And net yields, consistently around 8%, 8.2, 8.3% net, and that's after all overheads for a complete turnkey product. We also have a full after-sales service, full management service. So these are targeted not just at US investors, but also international investors. Everything is prepared, and we offer a full range of service to everybody. So why Charlotte? As I was saying, it's a nice size. 1.8 million is a good size city for me as a property investor. You've everything you need in terms of the amenities and advantages of a big city, the employers and the facilities and so on. But doesn't take you long to get out of the city. It's a very great outdoorsy place. Whether you're interested in sun ski, whiteboard or rafting or mountain climbing, everything's very easily accessible from this place. It's got a great economy, 273 Fortune 500 companies, including 9 headquarters, one of which is the Bank of America. There's more than 1,000 foreign-owned companies, with the UK and Germany dominating it. Just about every industry you can think of is represented, whether it's aerospace or defense, financial services, healthcare. All the major high employment, high growth industries are in this city. It's got a great climate. Temperatures very, very rarely go below freezing or very rarely get too hot. So nice kind of balmy climate year round. You have your distinctive seasons, which is a nice thing, but it never gets too hot or too cold. And it's got a great cultural scene. Very, very importantly for any landlords, it's got a great education system. So certain families will always gravitate towards the areas that have the best schools, and that's certainly what we've tried to do when sourcing our properties is make sure they're near those grade A schools. It's got a young population, average age of 35, which again is excellent, is perfect. 35-year-olds are starting families. A much higher percentage of them than previously are renting now, and these people are very stable tenants. Low housing costs as well, 80 to 81% of the national average. That gets back to Charlotte's low cost of living. So in other words, it's got a great reputation. It's one of the best places in America to work, play, live, raise a family. It's a very good quality of life there. It's Charlotte City and the surrounding areas, certain suburbs, which I'll be talking about, are very stable, well-priced and profitable property markets. They're really one of the best I've ever seen. I've seen dozens of property markets in the US and internationally, and Charlotte ticks about all the boxes an investor could want. And if our listeners have been searching for a secure USA property investment, if you've been looking for a way to get involved in the USA property market now that the recovery is well established, if you're looking to get value for your money and a nice high stable rental yield, then I think the products we've got here should definitely be of interest to you. So a bit about our local partners. We've sourced a range of homes, or these guys have sourced a range of homes exclusively on our behalf in these affluent middle class neighborhoods. You see some of the actual houses we've sourced pictured along the bottom there. They're bought off market in local auctions or directly from banks. So in other words, these are not just bought off the MLS or Zillow. These are bought off market. Overseas investors would generally not have access to these properties, or certainly not at the prices that they were secured by our local partners. And what we do, it's a simple business model, which a lot of companies are doing, some more successfully than others. You get the property at a very good price, you renovate it professionally, you get a good tenant in there, and you manage them professionally. And then you package it up and sell it to investors. And that's what we've been doing, and we're still able to do it at below market value rates. So, if we've got a property listed at $85,000 at an 8% net yield, that is below market rate. We'll give you the comparables to show that that is a competitive price in this neighborhood. And what happens, of course, is that you as a buyer avoid the initial purchase risk, which is significant. A lot of risks involved in getting auction properties or foreclosed properties. And what you get is a completely packaged turnkey property with high rental yields, stronger capital appreciation, a tenant in place. Rental yields will be increasing at least, or rental amounts will be increasing by 3 or 4% a year. And with the population growing the way it is, it's inevitable that there's going to be strong capital appreciation as well. So here, these are the areas that we've been sourcing some properties. Each of these stars represents a property from our initial list. Okay, so you can see they're in the neighborhoods of Gastonia and Belmont over here. We've one down here in Fort Mill and somewhere in Millard Lane areas just north of the city centre. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a sample of one of the properties, this one here. And I'll talk you through what we can do with it, and this will also give you a flavor of the marketing materials we have available for every property. So here we have one in Gastonia on Thomas Trail, $95,000 sales price, net rental yield of 8.1%. See, we have a range of running costs and overheads over here. Very detailed information, easy to read, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,300 square feet, nice brick structure. It's currently rented out now at $900 a month, annual income of $7,700. The lease just started late last year and is due to expire in November this year, and these are all very stable tenants. Okay, closing costs are indicated as well. Here you have some more images of the exterior and interior. As you can see from your here on the right, this is a list of the renovations that have been done. So obviously new hardwood floors, new flooring in the kitchen, wiring updated, new kitchen materials, new bathrooms, additions to the carport, new appliances. So these are really being presented in a pristine condition. These are certainly not old-fashioned properties with old-fashioned interiors. These were completely modernized before a tenant was put in. We also have information on the local area. You can see what a beautiful streets that they were sourcing. These your typical affluent American family streets. Here in this zip code, you have an owner occupancy rate of 51%, 40% of the population renting, which should be music to a property investor's ears. Here's your average rents for these different categories: 1, 2, 3 bedroom. You can see the average here is given at $850, with this one being rented at $900. Average age, this location, 38.3 years. Population has been growing at 10% over the last 12 years or so. Median home sales price, $110,000. Again, this one is on sale for $95,000, and an average household income of $53,500, which is quite high. We also have a lot of detailed map information on all our properties. Here's the big one, and you zoom in here. This A is where the property is located. You can see here we've highlighted the different schools that are nearby, as well as the restaurants and shopping. So very easy for an investor to see that this is the kind of area that's going to be very appealing to that average age of 38 with the young families near these schools and other amenities. Okay, so we have these for all of our properties. This is one of our master lists, which we give access to anybody that wants to inquire about them. Give everyone a reference, each one a photo, basic financial information here, detailed reports that you can click on to view, like the one I've just talked you through. We'll also have comparisons for each of the properties so you can see what similar properties sold for in those streets or nearby streets. So very comprehensive information available to everybody that wants to learn more. So what's the purchase process for these? It's extremely straightforward, to be honest. It's a simple 3-step process. You pick your unit. Well, you ring us on the phone. We talk through the different options. Let us know what your budget is, what you'd like to do. Once you've found the unit, $5,000 deposit will secure it. That's when once you sign your purchase agreement, your 15-day due diligence period begins. That means you can come and visit the property and or arrange a property inspection report by an independent professional. We're happy to arrange that for you on your behalf, and they'll typically, give you a 15 to 20 page report, just tell you everything that's right or wrong with the property and give you a very, very accurate view of it. If you're not happy with anything, you cancel, you get a full refund, and that's, local law, that's standard across the board. The balance of your purchase price and closing costs are paid within 30 days. And again, typical closing costs, $2,000, $2,500 for a single family home, a little bit less for a condo or a townhome. The one we just saw a few minutes ago had closing costs of $2,500. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, very full range of after sales services, whether it's getting property insurance, getting you in touch with your property manager, currency exchange, getting you in touch with an accountant who can file your tax returns, and a whole range of other things. All these are seamlessly provided by our after sales staff and by our local partners. We've been doing, selling USA property for more than 5 years now, and we have a very good system in place for dealing with US and non-US buyers. So very simple purchase process, and we'll make sure you've got everything set up to make it a very easy to manage rental property. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about the properties we have on offer, it's very simple. We have obviously property price, location maps and comparables. We have information on the leases and the overheads, descriptions of the renovation work completed, lots of images, interior and exterior, and local area economic information. All those are available to anybody that inquires about these properties. And the next steps really are just to send us an email, investments@torcana.com, ask for the Charlotte information. We'll send it right to you, or fill in one of our landing pages in our inquiry forms. You can contact me directly on Skype with Torcana-Colin, or give me a call on any of these American, British, or Irish phone numbers. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening to the short presentation. Hopefully it gave you a good flavor of Charlotte and the kinds of investments that are available, and I'd like to hear from you soon. Take care.